that he's able to branch off like as like an overall artist, and like he's shown me, because I've been making music since I was 15, but I've been designing my whole life. So I can look at that.
Like clothes?
Yeah, well, just everything.
Okay.
Like me and my brother literally was designing wireless headphones when we were like 10 years old, you know, like before they even launched.
Yeah.
So it's like I've been designing my whole life, but at the end of the day, it's all art. So like that just shows me that if I stay at this, you know, I can be able to do pretty much whatever I like.
Yeah.
JAYE B, JAYE B.
All right. Nice to meet you, Jay. Where are you from?
I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana.
Indianapolis. Now, are you still living there and you just came out?
Yeah. Born and raised. I've definitely been doing some traveling over the years. Like I spent some time in Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. So then from Urbana, I moved down to the Bay Area for a while, down like in San Jose, Oakland, San Fran area.
Okay.
And then I moved back to Indiana.
Okay. Nice. And obviously you're here at Frozen Fest. What kind of music would you say that you make? Like, what's your sound? What makes your sound yours?
Honestly, I just try to make good music. That's what I go for. So it's like whatever I'm feeling in the moment. Like I might make a banger, you know. I might want to make a melodic track. I might want to make something more dancey. It's just all depending on my mood that I'm in, and then also like what all I'm trying to say. So I don't really have a vibe, but I definitely always try to make something smooth. I'll say that.
Okay. And like with that, like would you say like your music has a message, or it just depends on the song, or?
Yeah, well, if it's not a message, it's like a vibe. Like the way I look at music is the same way I look at all forms of art. You know, like whether it's a painting, a sculpture, whether like I'm making some clothes, no matter what it is, it's all the same. So it might just be me trying to give off a certain vibe, you know, or like a texture that I'm going for, and then, you know, a message on top of it.
Yeah. Okay. And you know, talking music, like what does your work ethic look like, you know, when you're making music, whether that's like how, like your songwriting process, or how you work in the studio, if you work like as a collective with someone else, or use any producers or anything like that?
Well, majority of the time I'm by myself, which is like a gift and a curse, because I can be as hands-on as I want to with like engineering and producing. But I have been in spaces where, like, you know, I'll work with about 4 or 5 people, you know, at a time. Like I remember back when I was in Illinois, like there was a moment where it was like 5 of us, you know, in a room, and I was, you know, getting critiques, creative criticism, like on my verses and things, and like I had to like rewrite the verse like 4 times. But I was glad I did it, because I had somebody else opinion on it, and that pushed me to go further. So it's honestly the space. I use whatever I have, whether it's the laptop, whether it's the iPad, whether it's the iPhone. I started making music off of an iPod Touch, so.
Okay. That's definitely a starting place. So what are you making music off of now? Are you going into a studio?
So both. Like I have my own equipment.
What equipment are you working with right now?
Okay. So I use the IK Media, multimedia iRig Pro, or the input-output 25 key. I'll use my iPad and iPhone to like do like the initial recordings. I forgot the monitors. Those are also by I know multimedia, IK. I try to go for mobility, so like everything is something where I can place it and be able to move it to whether it's a client or, you know, I just happen to be going state to state. I go for practicality, mobility, and then minimalism.
Okay.
So
awesome.
iPad, iPhone, and MacBook.
Nice. And obviously, like you write all of your own stuff as well too. All right. Awesome. So, you know, making music, like that takes a lot. where are your influences coming from? Are they coming from other artists, movies, television, books?
Man, honestly, I get inspiration from everything, everybody, everywhere. But my main artist that I do look up to all time is Michael Jackson. Second, I gotta say Ye. My third would probably be Sade.
That's a good one.
Top 5 rap though, I gotta say Jay-Z, then it'll be Lil Wayne, Kanye, Drake, and then Kendrick.
So you're the top heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's a solid group right there. And you know, from that group, like, which one would you say like has had the most impact on you?
Man,
I know
that's tough. That's
okay,
tough.
let me rephrase that. What have they each?
Okay,
what have you
that's a
learned
lot
from each
better.
of
Okay,
them?
so starting with overall, like with Mike, I would say like just what it means to be a great artist from Indiana. You know, he literally set the pinnacle of being the greatest artist of all time. And
King of
it's
pop.
like, yeah, and like that's something that I strive to do one day. Like I know that the greatest doesn't exist, so it's like if I give it my best, then at that point I can't fall short. My goal is just to be the best version of myself and be able to reach as many people, and then hopefully, you know, be able to get the gist of everything. But yeah, Mike definitely inspired like the stage presence and then the pinnacle. What I like about Ye is that he's able to branch off like as like an overall artist, and like he's shown me, because I've been making music since I was 15, but I've been designing my whole life. So I can look at that.
Like clothes?
Yeah, well, just everything.
Okay.
Like me and my brother literally was designing wireless headphones when we were like 10 years old, you know, like before they even launched.
Yeah.
So it's like I've been designing my whole life, but at the end of the day, it's all art. So like that just shows me that if I stay at this, you know, I can be able to do pretty much whatever I like.
Yeah.
And then Sade, I really like the way how she's able to, like, I really don't think I can sing, but I can make great, you know, I can give you a good song. And like one thing that she's shown me is that I like how she utilizes her voice. Like she doesn't go super high with her vocals, but she's able to just like, it's like her vocals just really, it's like a flow of water, you know, on an instrumental, and that's something that I try to do with a lot of my songs, like just graze the beat, just flow on it. Rap, Jay-Z has shown me the business aspect, and then also the overall work ethic. Like he didn't write along with Wayne, so like for my first 5-6 years, like I didn't write my music at all. I just did off the top of my head, whether it was takes or however. And then let's see, again, like with Ye, it was the production. He really inspired me to make beats. And then Drake has also just shown me like how to really how far I can take rap without necessarily having to fit into a certain image,
breaking that
or
mold,
box, being marketable, like, you know, having that whole package. And then K Dot has shown me like, I say, what I like about Kendrick is his wordplay and his ability to tell stories, and then also like the messages inside of him. Like I would like to, you know, be a voice for the people, and make music that you can really relate to. You know, like Keisha's Soul, like that's a powerful song. And of course, like his whole To Pimp a Butterfly album. I could go on, but yeah, those are how they inspired me.
Yeah. Again, that's a solid group of artists, like artists that have changed the game. Each one of them have changed the game in their own way. So, solid group there. So, you know, coming down from, you know, these, you know, heavy hitters in the game, bringing it back to you, and you playing Frozen Fest. That's where we are.
Yes.
How was your set? What did you think about the fest in general? What has been your favorite part, whether it's here with the fest or working with Freon and Raz9?
Like whenever I perform, it's so crazy because it's like I have this bar that I was working on. It was like, if I had one wish, I wish it would be to see behind the scenes. Because no matter how it is, it's like never what it seems. And it's like, man, everything that just goes into like getting flight, coming back, rehearsing, and being like self-aware, like making sure like your tracks are right. They're actually doing it. It's like, it's an experience that money can't buy, Like all this is priceless. And like when I was on stage just doing it, I have this song in my project that's called Thanks for Giving. And it's like my mother made Orlando be the motherland. Told her that I'll see her 2023, just understand it's 12 years since I see my sis, 20 years since I would miss Norma in my life, and it's like I actually was able to come down here and be able to perform, not only for Father, which like I remember his tracks was going crazy back when I was in high school, so like this is just all a blessing.
Yeah.
It's all a blessing. I love every moment.
Well, we're happy to have you here.
Yeah.
Great set. Excited to see more of you.
For sure.
You said you're from Illinois, correct?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. Sorry. Eyes. I'm really bad with states.
They call it, like we also call it Naptown, because back then, like the city used to basically shut down, like midday type, and it's still pretty slept on. I call it the Z City.
So from Indianapolis to Orlando. Obviously, that's a big distance and two very different scenes. How would you compare the two? Like, what are some similarities? What are some differences that you see? What do you feel is better in Indianapolis than, in Orlando, and vice versa?
That's tough. I've been to Orlando now twice. This is my second time. And then also my second show here. So I haven't really got the gist of the scene down here, but one thing that I do like is like how it seems like there's a constant, move around Orlando, and there's definitely like there's names around here that you can at least like be able to reach out to and reel in, and nobody really comes to Indy like that. Like I was just on Instagram looking at Drewski. He had just posted like his tour, and the first thing that I noticed was Orlando. The second thing that I noticed is there is no Indianapolis. That's
what always happens when your favorite artist comes to town. You're like, there's that city, but what about me?
Yeah, and I mean, like where I was getting at was just how this is like, Drewski is hilarious. He's hilarious, but like he's still new, and it was like just how commonly I can be scrolling, on my Instagram, and I see him post his flyer, and it's like, okay, Orlando, I'm right here, but Indianapolis is nothing.
Yeah.
So like that's something that I want to change. Just bring culture, to the city or the state where I feel like it just should be. Like Babyface was there, really was responsible for a lot of the 90s, R&B. Mike carried the 80s, Janet. It's like there's definitely talent that's there if you just have more of an infrastructure. Yeah. So that's one thing that's really different from Orlando and Indy, I guess, is the infrastructure.
Definitely. It's a big mix.
Yeah,
here
it is.
It's really interesting to see how this comes together, especially like with Sam. Like all the artists here like are different.
Yeah.
So that's been very interesting to see.
We got artists from literally all over New York.
So coming from Indianapolis. All right, I got it. Here to Orlando. That's a long flight. It's probably taken a lot to get to where you are in this moment. what would you say are like your top accomplishments, or what are you looking forward to for your future?
Man, I would say my top accomplishment was probably when I was in Illinois and I was able to get my track played at the 150th anniversary.
Oh, congratulations!
State Farm Stadium.
That's awesome.
And it was like just the fact that, you know, coming off of a iPod, you know, at the time I think I was using like a Mac and everything, but it's still like, you know, I'm making this in my bedroom and now like I can hear it playing in the stadium. So like that was crazy. Being able to compete like in the Indianapolis Black Expo, I think like I was the first, and then I reached like the top 10. So I mean like that's history. That moment. What else? Reaching like that first 100,000 on SoundCloud is pretty crazy, just to be able to say that happened. And here. Yeah. So like Orlando is like, this is a crazy accomplishment too, just to be able to do like this festival in general.
Yeah. Well, we're happy to have you here.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I'll say that. Hopefully, you know, next year too.
We'll be here again. We'll definitely be here again next year. Now, I've asked you a lot of questions, and I won't keep you much longer. As far as, you know, your goals for later, can you go ahead and plug whatever you got going on?
Definitely.
Coming up soon, whether that's music, whether that's another show. Let us know what you have going on.
Honestly, it's like most of the time it's like sometimes I get lost like in my mind creatively, and it's like I have so much going on trying to do one thing. I've been trying to mainly like focus on the music because that's where it all started and stemmed from. But as far as music, I got this project that I'm working on. It's called Lucid. It's 21 tracks. It's a 3-piece project. So, you know, 777. Produced majority of the tracks. I got some heavy hitters on there as far as production. I got Energy Beats. I got Benji Code on there. And then I'm working with Running Fouls. So it's like teaming up with some of the best producers and then graphic designers to help pull in together. And what it is hopefully going to be a game changer when it all happens. Maybe not say hopefully it is. Because it's combining music, it's combining graphics. When the shows come out, it'll be all an experience. And it's a step into like the whole digital realm. When I came in 2013, that was like the end of the CD era.
Yeah.
And it was like everything's digital, and this is like I think a further step. Like if I could put some stuff together, like in the metaverse right now with NFTs, and we'll all that together, it'll be the first of its kind, and then, you know, a stepping stone for everything to come afterwards. Because I think it's not about what you're doing, you know, yourself and what you're accomplishing yourself, but like real legends paved ways. So that's what I want to do.
Paving the way.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure having you.
Same.
Before you go, let us know your socials, where the people can find you.
You can find me at Instagram at Jaye Suave, JAYE My website is JAYE B 317.com. And then on Apple Music, Spotify, same JAYE, all caps though.
All right, thank you, Jay, for coming out.
All right.
And good luck in your future endeavors.
Definitely.